Today, we are going to be factoring perfect square trinomials. This follows the formula of a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, or a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Now, let's test this by this problem. X squared plus 6x plus 9. A squared here is x squared, and 9 here is based on b squared, which is the square root of 9 is 3, because 3 squared matches b squared here, which is 9. Just a little note here for you to memorize. 2 squared, which is 2 times 2, will be 4. 3 squared will be 9. 4 times 4 would be 16. 5 squared would be 25. 6 times 6 would be 36. 7 times 7 would be 49. 8 squared would be 64. 9 squared would be 81. And 10 squared would be 100. So now, if you see this, if you see any of this as the b squared, you will know that there is a high chance that it is a perfect trinomial. Perfect square trinomial, I mean. So now, first, we must confirm it, because let's base this on 2ab, which this should match 6 of x. So 2 multiplied by a here would be x, and multiplied by b, which is 3, it would be 2 times 3 would be 6, and multiply it by x, it would be 6x, which matches this middle term. And now we confirm that it is a perfect square trinomial. So the answer for this would be a plus b raised to the power of 2, or a minus b raised to the power of 2, wherein if this would be a negative. But since ours here is a positive, we would follow this a plus b raised to the power of 2. So now, in this problem of ours, a squared here would be x squared, and a here would be x. B squared would be 9, and the square root of 9 would be 3. So it would be x plus 3 raised to the power of 2. Now, let's try this another example. X squared plus 10x plus 25. A squared here would be x squared, which is this. So, taking the square root of it would be a equals to x. And now, b squared here would be 25, and the square root of 25, which is this, it would be 5. And now, the final answer here would be x plus 5 raised to the power of 2. Let us move on in here. X squared plus 14x plus 49. So we would confirm this first by whether stating the middle factor as 14x. So first, a squared here would be x squared, so a would be x, and b squared here would be 49, and the square root of 49 would be this 7 squared, so it would be 7. And now let's confirm the middle term, whether it is 14x, to know that it is a perfect square trinomial. So 2 multiplied by a, which is x, multiplied by b, which is 7. 2 times 7 would be 14, and multiply this by x, it would be 14x, which matches this middle term. So we know that it is a perfect square trinomial. And so now we will use this formula, a plus b raised to the power of 2. So it would be x plus 7 raised to the power of 2. For this one, x squared minus 8x plus 16. A squared here would be x squared, so a would be x. B squared here would be 16, and square root of 16 is 4. And now let's confirm whether the middle term is indeed 8x, so it would be 2 multiplied by a multiplied by b, so 2 times 4 would be 8, and multiply this by x, it would be 8x, which is the middle term. So now the final answer here would be x minus 4 raised to the power of 2, because the sign here is a minus, so we must use this one, a minus b raised to the power of 2. X squared minus 12x plus 36. So we know that 36 was the squared of 6 times 6. So it would be x squared would be, a squared would be x squared, so a would be x, and b squared here would be 36, so b, according to this, it would be 6 squared, so it would be 6. Now let's confirm it whether it is 12x, so it would be 2 multiplied by x multiplied by 6, so it would be 12x, which matches the middle term. So our final answer here would be x minus 6 raised to the power of 2. Because it is a negative, we must use the negative here. For this one, x squared plus 2x plus 1. Keep in mind that 1 squared is also equal to 1, because 1 times 1 is simply 1. And so, a squared would be x squared, a here would be x, b squared here would be 1, and the square root of 1 would be simply 1. Let's confirm the middle term whether it is 2x, so it would be 2 multiplied by x, which is a, and multiply this by b, which is 1, so it would be 2x. Thus, the final answer would be x plus 1 raised to the power of 2. For this example, x squared minus 4x plus 4. So, one way to identify whether it is a perfect square trinomial is to see the b value here. We all know that 4 is a perfect square, which is 2 squared, which is 4. And so, a squared here would be x squared, a would be x, and so b squared here in this case is 4. And so the square root of 4 would be 2, or you can just base it off of here. And so we must confirm whether the middle term is 4x. So according to this formula, it is 2ab. So 2 multiplied by a, which is x, multiplied by b, which is 2. And so 2 times 2 would be 4, and multiply this by x, it would be 4x, which matches the middle term. Now that we've confirmed it, we must use this formula a minus b squared, because the sign here is negative. And so it would be x minus 2 raised to the power of 2. For this, x squared plus 16x plus 64. 64 here is a perfect square because it is 8 times 8, or 8 squared. So a squared here is x squared, so a would be x, b squared here would be 64, and so b here would be 8. Must confirm whether it is 16x, so 2 multiplied by x multiplied by 8, which is 16x. So the final answer would be x plus 8 squared.